Hey everyone. So I have a question for you as a viewer. Do you have any experience in what we might term non-physical reality? You know, the ability to be aware while not being inside of your physical body in particular. Now this is a subject that's so broad, so deep and mystical, you could say, so vague and bizarre but yet profound, all at the same time, that it is also very hard to actually talk about this in human language. And this is something that I've been focusing on specifically over this last month. You know, it was something that was building up inside of me over numerous months this entire year, 2022, because we're almost out of this year and the next, right? So that's what's been going on with me personally. You know, I realized that somewhere in July, I started to realize I wasn't really happy anymore with what I was doing in my life. And at one point I thought maybe I should quit YouTube entirely. Maybe I've grown out of it. Maybe it's no longer really in alignment with what I should be doing while I'm here physically. But I realized what really happened is that my consciousness wanted to expand in a much more metaphysical direction. Even though most of my videos, you could say, are already pretty metaphysical by nature. But what I mean by that is that I've dedicated hundreds of videos talking about how people could achieve things physically speaking, right? Because this is the thing, most people are only interested in how they can get more money, more success, how they get their dream job perhaps, create their own careers. And one of the most extreme ones is actually how to get their soulmate, how to achieve something in their love life, to be happy there. And all these goals are nice and all. They make life more enjoyable, physically speaking again. They serve a purpose, of course, in their own ways. But to me personally, it's like I'm growing out of that. Like, I don't personally anymore care that much about these areas in my own life. And then it becomes pretty tricky to talk about it on a daily basis like I've been doing for many years with this channel. So right now I'm dedicating my time exploring more of the non-physical realities, what that all means, what it's all about, what it actually can provide us when we become more aware of those areas of existence. So that's why I'm curious if anyone is watching this, if they have experience of their own that they would like to share in the comment section below, because this is a subject that is not really talked about a lot. If you think about it, depending on your own life, if you go through a normal job or etc., how many people actually talk about any of these subjects? I mean, in private I talk to other people and I ask them, when you are on a work break, right, do people actually ever mention anything of a spiritual nature? And so far, sadly, most say no, not really. My colleagues, they all talk about stuff that's going on in the world that they saw on the news. They never talk about anything spiritual or metaphysical at all. And that's the state of this world, that most people don't really take the time to even explore this area, let alone be aware of it consciously. You see, we're all connected to it in some way. It doesn't mean we're paying attention to it, and the more we do it, the more of a glorious reality starts to unfold and become available to your own awareness. So with myself, what I've been also experimenting with is going into a deep meditation, a deep meditative state where I can literally feel my body calm down so much it's on the verge of falling asleep while my consciousness stays aware. So one of the particular experiences I've had not too long ago in this month was that I was laying down, relaxing so much I could feel as if my body turned into this. I don't have a better way of describing this, as I mentioned earlier. It's pretty difficult in human language, but it felt like I was a blob of energy, you could say. Like I couldn't feel really my body, it just felt like a ball of warm energy. That's how I would describe it. It felt nice though, it felt really relaxed. Then I was thinking, okay, now that this body's this calm, okay, I want to enter out of it. I want to experience what is beyond the five senses, beyond the physical senses. Because we do this all the time. This is what's kind of fascinating to me. We do this every night we go to sleep. We experience a different reality that is not tied to the five physical senses. We have this whole dream realm. And that brings me to another point of contemplating the difference between lucid dreaming and astral projection. So far, in my own experience and understanding, I would say that lucid dream seems to be a realm of your own consciousness in which anything and everything is possible. But when we talk about astral projection, we are essentially talking about a non-physical realm that is accessible to everyone else in the same manner. So if you think about it, physically speaking, we all experience this 5 sense reality in a similar way. Now, we might have different opinions about how we feel about things that occur in the 5 sense reality, but if you and I would stand in the same room, we would agree, yeah, we see and experience the same room. So in astral projection, to my idea, that should be the same. That would be proof that we are experiencing non-physical reality that is accessible to everyone else. Whereas when it's a lucid dream, it's more of your own reality, your own sort of dimension of consciousness that isn't necessarily the same as somebody else's experience on the matter. So for example, if 2 people were to astral project, they should be able to see and experience the same things outside of their bodies. But if it's a lucid dream, then perhaps one has a wild dream of flying around and the other has a dream of swimming deep in the ocean. Even though these things can happen through astral projection as well, I'm well aware. But that's just it's little things like that I'm contemplating more and more, and that I really want to start dedicating my channel to exploring and talking about. So this upcoming year will indeed become more and more about this nature of reality, about this part of our existence. So I just wanted to give like a heads up and an invitation again to others to discuss or describe any experience they have whatsoever, lucid dreaming, astral projection, it doesn't matter. If you've had any experience of being outside of your own body, now first of all, it would be cool if you would talk about it in the comment section below, and second of all, maybe over time I could have a little chat with you for upcoming videos as well, depending on if you have a lot of experience with it, for example, or if you just want to talk about this with someone else. Then I think it would be interesting to sort of create a platform through my channel where people can hear and learn about this, and also find more sort of like a unity, a community I should say, probably, of like-minded people that also want to explore this topic. Because I think it's just so important. It's not happening enough. I know there's other YouTube channels out there that also already dedicate their time to this. But the thing is, you know, the more people that do this, the more people could become aware of this possibility that physical reality is not the only thing there is. As long as we believe this is the only thing that there is, then we're living in a very limited way. That's just my belief on this matter, based on personal experience. I mean, I can't explain entirely what lucid dreams and astral projection really is. I can only say they are realities that I've experienced and cannot deny. I cannot deny that I've experienced these things and know that they were not physical, like I was not using a physical body to explore those realities at all. I mean, I was in a totally different world, so to speak, but yet you can be in this world while outside of your body as well. This is just such an interesting topic because it would show us that we are indeed much grander. Like, consciousness is much more mysterious and beautiful and grander than we might ever have realized. And I feel like the more we explore this, the better off we'll be, because eventually we're going to have to leave this body behind. And the more we've prepared ourselves to actually grasp these non-physical realities before that moment comes, I just believe then we'll be even better off when we die physically, because we already prepared in a way for understanding the broader picture in which we all exist, even though we might not understand it entirely. That seems completely impossible, but we will understand more and more by exploring it, at least by willing to go there. So yes, that's all I wanted to share with you today. And as I post on my community tab, I hope you have a great Christmas, or maybe by the time you're watching this it's already been Christmas, but regardless, I hope it was great. And yeah, I'll see you when I get back with the next video. I will do my very best not to be gone every time for weeks or even a month at a time, but it's just something that I've been working on in private here, as I wanted to mostly get out there. Anyways, with that being said, dear viewer, never forget that we are the dreamers.